What's up, fellas? Thank you for joining me today. So today we are going to be doing another reaction video. Now this video again was recommended to me by members of the Cloud Gaming X channel, so I appreciate you guys letting me know when there is a crazy video about someone making fun of Google Stadia. There's a lot of them, but I feel like there's some that just really stands out. But as you guys know, our boy over there at Mobile Tech USA, we've know if I'm saying his channel right, but we've covered 2 videos on him, and honestly speaking, I don't think anyone can do worse, but a lot of you guys have been saying I need to see this, so here we go. Let's check this out. So states the title of this video is Google Stadia will cost how much, and it was posted July 2nd, and it already has almost 83,000 views. Again, if you want views, just talk about Google Stadia and negatively and you'll get views. So here we go. Let's take a look at this video.
What if I told you there was a way you could play The Witcher 3 while a 32-year-old Google exec wearing a backpack from Zoomies your face while his Tesla plays Deep Cut Dave Matthews Band? What if I told you there was a way you could have the experience of playing Doom while Bill Cosby makes you a cold drink? What if I told you that tomorrow you could have the experience of playing Assassin's...
Alright, sorry, like, are these jokes? Are they supposed to be funny? I'm not even trying to hate, but like, what?
Okay. Creed Odyssey with more stuttering than an indie dev on an E3 stage.
I actually brought him with me.
That's right, at Google, we are bringing you a new way to have your face while a giant company steals your money.
What the hell, bro? What? Wow, okay.
You thought the 2013 E3 Xbox One was bad? Wait till you hear about our proprietary I Spy on You system. You can off Carmen San Diego. We got a game where everything you do gets reported to the NSA. Kids, you just not wait to get your pre-order in. Welcome to Too Tall Desk, where today we are talking about the absolute worst thing to be excited for in the history of gaming. But we have to talk about it because I'm seeing a lot of people being excited for the absolute worst thing to be excited for in the history of gaming. Today we're talking about Google Stadia.
The absolute worst thing to be excited for in gaming, and he states that's a Google Stadia. Okay.
What, if people haven't noticed, is maybe one of the worst ideas a large company has had when it comes to AAA video games since AAA publishers. There's been a lot of news.
Alright, dude, your jokes are not funny, bro. What?
Coming out about Google Stadia, but one big piece of news came out the other day that has since been kind of confirmed that tells us exactly what Google anticipates Google Stadia be. Let's start with the basics. For those of you that don't know, Google Stadia is a new game console coming from the greatest company in the world to ever make video games, Google. It's an all-streaming console, and what that means is you won't technically have a console. It's really just a streaming service where you can stream your video games. For those of you that are familiar with PlayStation Now, it's the same idea, except, well, there's more games than The Puppeteer and old Toy Story tie-ins.
It's not the same idea as the PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is a streaming service. Google Stadia is more of like a platform, right? Developers can create games specifically for Google Stadia, to where PlayStation Now, you're just bringing old catalogs of games and providing it as a streaming option, and you're paying monthly to stream those games, as to where Stadia, you're buying games to stream, and then you pay monthly to pretty much rent the service from Google to play the games that you've already purchased. So it's not similar to PlayStation. If you are referring to streaming, yes, being able to stream games is kind of similar, but these are 2 different beasts, my man.
No offense to Sony, but if they bought Gaikai and gave us PlayStation Now instead of backwards compatibility, can't wait to hear about how we're gonna have to play our PS4 games next gen. Yeah, we're all for backwards compatibility. We really are. But here's the good news. We bought a new technology. It's called do-it-yourself bondage. So now, to play your PS4 games on your PS5, you have to tie yourself up and watch every 50 Shades of Grey movie, which, by the way, we own. And we own that. We did that. That was us. But
Okay,
Google
dude,
Stadia
shut
is
up.
being
Sorry,
viewed by a
this
lot
guy
of people
annoys
as
the crap out of
future
me.
of gaming. And let's talk about that for a second. For the entirety of this generation, most people believed that there would not be another traditional console generation. That streaming video games would be the future. And that streaming video games would take place here and now. Before this generation. Remember, the last generation was supposed to be the last console generation. I want to make that abundantly clear to people excited about Google Stadia saying this is the future, get over it. That was the case last time too, remember? There was not supposed to be a PS4, Xbox One. It was already supposed to be an all-streaming future. It's 7 years later.
People did say
it's
that.
Still not an all-streaming
So,
future.
he does
This
have
hype
a
train,
point.
these people that weren't there last time don't understand that this is just a cycle. Every single generation for the past 2 generations, which admittedly is not enough to say the words every single, but moving on, has said the same thing. Consoles are dead. And now we're realizing once again that consoles aren't dead with the future launch of the PS5 and whatever Xbox ends up naming the next Xbox. God knows it'll probably be some obscure color or Xbox One again because they've really run out of ideas. So let's talk about what Google Stadia is, the new news, and why Google Stadia is not going to work like at all. First off, let's get the obvious out of the way first.
Why Google Stadia is not going to work at all. Dude hasn't even tried the service yet, and
Google Stadia will operate on a subscription-based platform. There are 2 options for future Stadia buyers. There is the base and the Pro. Now, it's really important to notice the difference between the base and the Pro.
Tell me.
These subscriptions are dramatically different. The base gets you up to 1080p, gets you no free games. It basically allows you to use the service. The Pro gets you up to 4K and gets you free games. The Pro is $9.99 a month. The base, as of right now, is
It's
free. Now
free.
you might be saying, well, that's great. It's a free service. Wonderful. Absolutely not. If you don't understand what Google is doing here, just look a tiny bit harder than you already are. They are capping your resolution and your ability to play these games like they exist within their servers on the free model. Now, what does that mean? That means that Google has every incentive to continue to chokehold the base model to get you to move up to the Pro model. That's going to...
they have every incentive to do that? Seriously? Why? I mean, they are just offering a base model and offering a Pro model. The incentive is not to convert the base model people to, yeah, if it happens, great, but that's not the incentive. I wouldn't say, I think, right? Huh. Interesting.
to exist. There is no way that this company does not further restrict the realities of the base model to get people to move to the Pro model. More importantly, if they are capping the resolution of the base model before hitting the Pro model, what that means is that they can move around with this reality all they want. They can tell you you're getting 1080p, cap you down lower, and continue to tell you you're getting 1080p, knowing you'll notice the difference in quality. And
Alright, where you getting this capping? Like, has it, someone confirm where? So from what I'm hearing this dude say, he's saying that Google is capping 1080p with the idea of even like not giving the free people who subscribe to the free one, like not giving them that 1080, capping it low and giving them even up to like 720p. So pretty much what I'm hearing this guy say is like this free model is not actually what Google is saying it is. He's saying that this free model, when you start, first of all, he hasn't even tried the free model yet, but he's stating that when this becomes available, Google will say they're going to give 1080p, but once you subscribe to it, they'll cap you at 1080p and then trickle you down to 720p, to where eventually you're going to be like, all right, this service sucks, I want 4K, and then you're going to pay 10 a month for 4K. That is the argument that this guy is making right now. And he hasn't even tried the free base model that it's not even releasing this year. It's releasing in the fall. Bro, how can you like say what you're saying without even trying this, man? Like, and where's your facts to back that Google is capping, and Google's capping, it says 1080p, right, for free, but you're saying that their goal is to trickle it down to where eventually it won't be 1080p, it will be 720p, and then it'll be a bad experience for people to want, and that would lead them to upgrade to the 4K and $10 a month. Bro, you are just speculating a bunch of nonsense that makes absolutely no sense right now. Let's keep going.
Knowing it'll push you to move up to the Pro. This is a terrible idea and a terrible subscription plan. This is basically, here's a
Holy shnikes. Bro, how is it a terrible idea? It's not a terrible idea. They're offering the free service. How is that a terrible idea? I seriously don't get it. I don't get it. You guys in the comments, let me know if you think that's a terrible idea.
There's a trial version, here's the real version. Let's see how we can get people to get off of the trial version. Stadia has no interest at all in you signing up for the base model.
You know how I know you suck? Because your username is ISuck247.
Oh, you know how I know you suck? Because you're dead.
Sorry about that.
Google Stadia under this
That's
pricing
crazy.
structure is like going out to Vegas.
Alright, so he's saying Google has no intention to keep people in the free model, right? The intention is for them to upgrade to the $10 service. I don't know why a commercial just popped up. I apologize for that. I have YouTube TV, so it's crazy that a commercial. Anyway.
Vegas, paying for a high-priced escort. You get her back to the hotel. She takes off her wig, and it's Jimmy Neutron trying to charge you for a brain blast and another 15.
Dude, your jokes are corny as hell. Stop. What? Did you guys hear that joke? Stop. Oh my goodness.
$15 every time you want to get a whiff of his hair. It's not a good deal. And you might be wondering, well, where's the hair whiffing, Tyler? I don't understand. It's just $9.99 or free. No, it's not. Because a subscription model that costs $9.99, you know, the one they're going to push everybody towards constantly. And let me just make a little say.
That's just speculation, by the way. You don't know that. And I highly doubt that's Google's plan to push all the free base model people to get paid. I don't think. Okay. Anyway.
Like prediction here. I am going to predict that the base model will probably not exist for much longer than 6 to 8 months.
And you are, I don't want to curse this guy out, but you are dumb. Why would you say that? 6 to 8 months? You predict the free model is going to last? Where are you getting your...
We have seen this with a million different services. It's always free to start until it's no longer free to start. We always see these amazing deals, these amazing prices. Look at
this
Movie
guy's
Pass.
worse
It's like
than
a
the
streaming pass, and it does the same thing. These companies want your money. They want to get you in first, but they want your money. But let's get to the nitty gritty, the new news, and everybody kind of is.
This guy is... I'm trying not to curse him out. I'm seriously trying not to curse him out. Google are all about free services. If you look at Google Keep, Google Docs, even YouTube, right? Those are all free services. Google is not about charging people monthly for, you know, to thrive. Their thing is getting the service in as many people's hand as possible for free. So this makes absolutely no sense that you're sitting here thinking that the goal is to get people to pay for the service. The free model is going to be free for a freaking long time, not 6 to 8 months. Bro, if you know how Google works, you know that what you're saying is irrelevant. Google Maps. Google Maps is free. All Google's big services are all free. That's how Google works. They want to get the service in as many people's hand as possible. What they want mostly is people's information. Google is all about information, not charging 99. They honestly speak, I don't think they care much about they have to charge something. But I think the goal of this is YouTube, right? They want YouTube to compete with Amazon and Twitch, right? So by having people get Stadia for free, they can then use the YouTube service to stream, and then that's, I feel personally, that's where like Stadia comes in for Google. Anyway, this guy's just driving me crazy. Just driving me crazy.
Now it's been confirmed, you are going to pay full price for every single game you buy on Google Stadia. Now, yes, I know Google Stadia is going to have a PlayStation Plus-like system where you can get a free game every month. That's amazing. I really enjoy paying to get a loot box, essentially. It's my goal in life to have every subscription service charge me money to get a random thing I don't know if or when I want every single month. I love it. Except I don't. And the fact that I have to pay full price for every game on top of a subscription fee creates a different kind of math, doesn't it? If Google Stadia cost $10 a month, right? Let's just say it stays at that price. Let's give Google the benefit of the doubt. It stays at $10 a month forever.
Okay.
A base model PS4 right now can get you, I don't know, $225, $250 maybe. So it would take 2 years of Google Stadia, right, to hit that price of a base model PS4. Now, let that sink in. In 2 years, Google Stadia will cost the same price as a base model console. Now, obviously, this does not apply to the launch of the next consoles, but let's just keep this going.
Okay.
In 7 years, Google Stadia will cost how much? I can't do math. The MBA was useless. $840. It'll cost $840. Over the course of a traditional console generation, you will pay $840 for Google Stadia Pro. You know, the one that lets you play games in 4K, which is going to be a baseline feature of every next-gen console.
It's probably not my strongest point, but he's saying in 8 years, right? Let's do some math real quick. In 8 years, you're going to be paying $840 total, right, for Google Stadia. Okay? So this guy is disregarding the free, Google's like, we're offering free service where you don't have to pay the $10 a month, but he's not buying that for some reason, right? So he's stating if you pay $10 for a month for 8 years, that's the total. Okay. All right. So let's do some math. So if you buy a console launches PS4, right? $399 it launched that. That's $400, okay? And then you pay for PSN. That's $50 a year annually, right? Times 8, 400, okay? So 4, and then taxes wherever you live. So if you put in taxes, so it's pretty close to what you have there too, my dude. It's $800 plus taxes, right? So it's kind of similar, bro. Like if you want to compare it that way. Sony, you buy a PS4, it's $400. You pay $50 a year to use the internet service, PSN. And same thing, you buy your game digitally, right? Kind of like what Google is saying too. So if you want to do that math, it rounds up to pretty much $800 plus taxes, probably bring you to $820 or even $830. So it's pretty similar. But let's keep moving.
To play games and the quality that the baseline next-gen offers, it's going to be $840 for a console generation. That's probably going to be true.
Again, just to remember, he's disregarding that Google said that this is a free service. So if you remove the free out of this, you don't even get that price. It's a free service, and his complaint is they're gonna trickle down to make you eventually purchase the real service. I don't believe that's the case. I don't know why the heck Google will even think of doing that, but that's okay.
Twice the cost of most of these systems a year after they launch. Twice the cost. And then you have to pay full price for your games on top of Google Stadia. Now some people might be saying, well, what if they don't have the upfront cost for a console? That's wonderful. That's great. Then Google Stadia's $900 cost might make a little bit of sense, but it doesn't. Now let's skirt past that issue, right? Let's skirt past the pricing and the ridiculousness of paying a subscription on top of full price. You know, that's like going on to Netflix, them charging you $5 to $10 a month and going, oh, you want to watch Night School starring Kevin Hart? First off,
bro, your jokes are corny, bro. Your jokes
but
are
if you
corny.
for some reason do want to punish yourself, yeah, we're gonna need like $20 more, man. I know you paid the subscription fee, but you gotta make that money. No one would use that system, and I don't know why people believe it's going to be acceptable for games. What people don't seem to be talking very much about is how Jimbo from Des Moines, Iowa is not going to be super stoked to sit down and try to play COD on his epilepsy simulator for 12 hours.
Bro, your jokes
thought 12
suck.
Year Olds and Bikes
Oh my
and Modern Warfare
goodness.
2 are bad. Wait till you get a hold of Jimbo.
Oh
after
my
he spent
gosh, I
14
can't
hours
take
of
this
his day
guy.
milking the cows and his wife and sits down and tries
Shut
to play the game
up.
at 6 FPS online. Dude's
Shut
gonna be
up.
saying words you've never heard of. And more importantly, he won't continue to play Google Stadia. According to
bro.
Google, you need around 30 megabytes per second of download speeds to play in 4K, which I have news for you, is not going to be the reality. Now let me throw you a little something. When I was in a dorm, which was not that long ago, I was not getting 30 megabits per second. I certainly wasn't getting 10 megabits per second reliably. I've been in apartments in New York that can't get 30 megabits per second. I've been in homes in Florida that can't get 10 reliable megabits per second. But that's not the point, is it? Because Google Stadia is going to require a lot more than 30 megabits per second on an average connection to stream in 4K. You'll be lucky to stream a movie in 4K at 30 megabits per second. This is like when your PC tells you that all you need is a John Deere tractor engine to run Battle for Bikini Bottom, and you plug it in, and you're sitting here staring at what's basically a slideshow of SpongeBob and Sandy getting at it.
Yo, bro, your jokes suck,
The internet
man.
connection you're
Your
going to need to make
jokes
this
suck.
reliable is probably a lot higher than both
Oh
those
my
things, especially at 4K. And even if you are talking about hitting 30 megs per second for 4K, there is no way that 50% of this country is getting those speeds. You're not getting them in Iowa, you're not getting them in Montana and Kansas, and as much as we joke around about these states, millions of people live in these locations.
Alright, you targeting America, United States of America. This is the only country that Stadia is releasing at. This Stadia is releasing to multiple countries, my guy. So yes, the US sucks, and that's what Google's trying to combat with these cable companies. And I did a video calling my cable company. They charged me $50. You can watch that video as well. But yeah, it's ridiculous. But you have to think, you just focusing on the US while Google's launching worldwide, and we are the only country that have data issues like this. Other people around the world, they don't have the issue that we have. So I get what you're saying about the US, but think bigger, bro. Bigger. All right?
Locations. The middle of the United States, the Midwestern United States, parts of big states like Florida and Cali are not getting these speeds, which makes Google Stadia borderline useless. And even if you go, well, just play in 1080p, well, why would I do that? Why would I do that when I have a generation of consoles that I can...
I will tell you why you would do that, okay? Do you want to see why? Let me give you guys some facts, right? Let me give you guys some facts. So 4K TV in America household. Not a lot of people own 4K TV in America. The 100 US adoption rate. So Holmes, when was this article published? 2018. So they're saying about 43% will adapt to 4K by the end of 2018. Let's see, that leaves 3/5 of, okay, which adoption rate, and 49% by the end of 2019. So by the end of 2019, half of this country will have 4K. So, I mean, honestly speaking, I get, that you size for 4K and you want this, but just a majority of the people in America didn't have 4K TVs, man, just being real. But just thought I'll share that with you guys. Let's go back to this video.
Put a disc in, and play at 4K whenever I want. And let's get to the final problem.
Okay, let's hear it, please.
What is a problem? You don't own anything you buy on Stadia. Stadia
False.
is selling you a piece of gum, and then on your way out the door asking for it back.
False.
You're paying
What the
full price
fudge?
for games you are never going to own. You're not walking into Best Buy and walking out with a $60 disc. You're not walking into GameStop and walking out with a $40 used disc. You're not walking anywhere to get anything other than... If the conversation about games ownership doesn't start here, it's never going to, and it needs to. First off, games preservation. If we're going all streaming, how is that going to work?
So we can make the argument you don't own any of your PSN game that you bought digitally. You don't own any of your eShop games that you bought digitally. You don't own any of your Steam game that you bought digitally, because if any of those stores close, like you said, you're effed. Okay, you're effed, because you do lose all of that. Stadia is the same thing. This has been going on for generations, bro. It's nothing new. You're making this a big deal when it's really not.
Number one. Number two, forget that. Forget the high and mighty overarching goal of preserving games. Let's just talk about the fact that you will not own any of yours. You're paying $60 essentially
What?
for a virtual good. You're paying $60 for something you are not in ownership of. They are held on Google's end. If your account gets banned,
course.
you're not playing anything. These companies have a right to literally take away your purchases, to lock you out of them whenever they
They
want.
do.
Now imagine Google Stadia, where you don't even have the option of owning your games, where you don't even have the option of owning the things you purchase. Does that sound good to you? You're gonna pay
Yo, you are a freaking moron. I'm sorry. You guys saw me hold my composure this whole freaking 60-minute video, but you are, my friend, a complete moron. Other companies are doing this. Like, what the heck? What's the beef with Stadia? I just do not get it. What is the beef? Other companies are doing this. Steam is doing it. PSN is doing it. Why is it an issue when Google does it? Like, what the flip? How is this a problem? I don't get it.
$10 a month and $60 for, forget the $10 a month. Do the free version of 1080p. You're gonna get the free version of Google Stadia and then pay for things that aren't yours. And sure, you could argue, well, they're not mine on PSN either, and they're not mine on Xbox One either.
Thank you.
That's absolutely true. The difference is they could be, and then you're like, well, what if they come with exclusives? Yeah, I'm super.
The difference is they could be if you buy it physically. That's the only way they could be. Okay, so y'all, people of YouTube, hear me out there. I'm just gonna throw this question out there. So if Google said, "Hey, we created this system to somehow allow you to go to GameStop, EB Games, Best Buy, and purchase a digital game," I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But if Google gave you the option to purchase physical Stadia games, would that make you guys happy? Would it make you happy? Because that seems to be the complaint. Just because they don't have physical games is an issue. Digital games, it's a sin. It's a sin to sell digital games. Never heard that argument in my life. Sony has been doing it. Steam has been doing it. No issue. And all of a sudden now it's an issue for everyone. I don't get it. Blows my mind. Blows my mother flipping mind.
Super stoked for Google's first party exclusives. They have a wonderful track record with video games. Can't wait for their exclusive version of Just Dance 45.
Oh
all your
my
gameplay
gosh,
is uploaded
dude,
to
stop
servers
with
for
your
intelligence
jokes.
agencies to
Stop
watch and
with your
track.
jokes.
It's only a matter of time until
Stop
people's homes
with
are being raided because they accidentally mentioned the Bomberman franchise while having their shirt off dancing to some Hannah Montana. It's not the best of both
Holy
worlds anymore, is it?
Yo, this guy is fucking getting my... I just cursed. I'm sorry. This guy's a complete moron. Complete moron. Your joke sucks. Your point sucks. Like, this guy's really getting under my skin. I'm trying to hold my composure, but this guy is a complete moron.
Google Stadia is the absolute worst example of a large company thinking they can step into a space and rip people off. I don't care if streaming is the future. The future is clearly not now. These speeds, the realities of the internet across this country, the prices, the structure of these things make zero sense. They make no sense in this climate. It's not like Google Stadia has no competition. Microsoft, Xbox, and Nintendo are still making games and consoles. I can't imagine why somebody would pay to stream games
I'm
when they're
paying for it.
paying for the games as well when they have a console
I'm
they have
paying
access
for it.
to here, and here. I have news for you guys. If you want to take, I don't know, your Xbox One on a plane or your PS4 on a plane, I'm pretty sure the PS5 and Xbox, whatever, Blue, are going to have a system where you can do just that. PlayStation's already fiddled with it for years with a, rest in peace, Vita and Remote Play. We're not that far off. There's no reason to go with Google here. And for those of you sitting there saying, but they might have some great games, okay, sure.
Did you just hear this guy? There is no reason to go with Google here. And he just reminded us that Microsoft... Yo, I swear, I'm starting to think like these guys are getting paid to talk. I mean, listen to that comment. There's no reason to go with Google here. Like, why would you even say that, bro? And then just previously, you're talking about reminding us that Microsoft is coming out with a streaming service in October. And I'm really starting to think that these guys are getting paid off. Like, seriously, this is ridiculous.
And I spent years secretly moonlighting as the other half of Lil Wayne he's been missing for his whole career. That's right, he's not actually 4 feet tall. I'm the rest of them.
Oh man, this guy and his jokes. I can't do this.
But now, maybe more than
can't
ever,
do this.
I am incredibly curious about what you guys think.
Oh.
Do you believe that there is some sort of merit
let me
to
tell
Google
you.
Stadia? Do you believe that there is something here that's worth playing? And I think more importantly, would you ever give your money to a streaming service in a climate where new systems exist, where systems that you can go to tomorrow exist? Does Google Stadia have a chance to take your money under any and all circumstances? Is there a scenario where you give them a piece of the pie? Really quickly, I also want to mention my Twitter. I've been putting out videos on Twitter, gaming
shut
videos
up.
too.
Don't want to hear about your Twitter. You asked a question. You said it was my turn, right? So now I get to talk. Yes, I would definitely pay for Google Stadia. And I personally don't think your point is valid at all. All the stuff that you, my friend, talked about. Sorry to call you a moron. I'm sorry. That just, maybe I could edit it out. I don't know. I'll make that decision after this is done recording. But dude, seriously, like, yes, I would pay for this. And so I go on Reddit, go on the Stadia subreddit. There are a lot of people who are excited for the service. And your point is just, your points are not making sense. So your whole thing is you feel for the free version of the service that Google is going to cap the performance of it to get people to pay $10 a month for that. I for the other, paid service. I think that's ludicrous. Google does not operate that way. Most of the service are free. They thrive on free things. They want people's information more than money. Information, I feel like, is more important to Google than money. So by offering a free service to them and getting your information, as creepy as that might sound, that I feel like personally is what's more important to Google than $10 a month. Trust me, they are good. Anyway, second thing is the physical and digital games. Same argument the other Tech USA guy made. Like, Steam has been doing this for quite some time. No one gave them anything about this. Microsoft has been doing it with Xbox. Nintendo has been doing it with the eShop. And Google is now saying we're going to charge full price for games. I know you're used to Netflix. I know you're used to PlayStation Now, where those are all streaming. You're paying a monthly fee and you get to stream all those games. But Stadia is more... Sorry guys, when I breathe in, I'm having a hard time with allergies right now, so I apologize for that. But Stadia is offering the same thing. Is offering... They're not a streaming service. They're, like I stated earlier, a platform, right? So it's different than your Netflix. It's different than your PSN Now, because it's a platform. People can create games for this platform, right? There's these features that it's included in Stadia that other consoles don't have. It's like a console in the cloud. It's not just a streaming service. And I think that's the difference. And you guys just, for some reason, are not seeing that. Anyway, I apologize for calling you a moron. And for the viewers who watch this, I apologize. But, bro, you really got under my skin. Your jokes were really corny. And your points just really sucked. Just being real. You guys need to stop. And I seriously think you guys are getting paid to make these videos, because seriously, you guys are all saying the same thing, and it's just, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to the Stadia community as well. I seriously feel like money is going in people's pockets right now. If I see another video by a big YouTuber who's saying the same thing, I think that just clarifies my point. You guys are all saying the same thing. And somebody, I feel like, is paying y'all. Alright, fellas, that's all I have to say. I will catch you guys in the next video. Till next time.